Can we just talk about something? Because I feel like everywhere I turn, this is becoming an issue. I saw on the news today, or it wasn't today, the other day, where people are saying how AI had even encouraged them to do bad things. I'm just going to put it like that. And I wanted to take today and really talk about something that I think is super important and really needs to be addressed when it comes to AI, boundaries around AI, and honestly, my personal opinion. And that is that AI cannot replace real life community and real life human connection. Welcome to AI for Mompreneurs. This podcast is for moms who are tired of doing everything the hard way. You're running a business, managing a home, caring for your children, and making a million decisions daily. Exhausted, overwhelmed, burned out, and out of time. Another planner won't fix it. More productivity hacks won't either. I know because I've been there. I'm Samantha Welch, a wife, a mom to 3 daughters, homeschooling my girls and my niece, running multiple businesses, and managing my 40-acre farm. I've burned myself out more times than I can count trying to do it all with excellence. The game changer, AI. When I learned how to use AI as my personal assistant, everything shifted. I finally had systems that worked, clarity in my business, and more time for what actually matters. Now I'm here to help you do the same. Learn how AI can take the mental load off your plate so you can focus on what truly matters most. No tech jargon or complicated setups here. Just AI that works for mamas just like us. Are you ready? Let's dive in. I know there seems to be a lot of people who are using it for anything from a therapist to a friend talk and all this stuff. And I just don't think that that's what AI is meant for. I know that it may feel like that it's an understanding friend because it knows what to say. But it's only a computer. It can't really read your emotions. It can't really help you deal with things. It can say the right things, but it's kind of like, have you ever been around somebody who you can say something to and they say all the right things, but they don't really care? Well, that's AI. Legit AI. It's a computer. It has no emotions. It has no ability to care. So I want to talk about 3 reasons that I feel so strongly that AI cannot replace community, and then I'm going to end it with a positive note and we'll talk about what it actually can do. So the first thing is that AI cannot provide presence. It can't hug you. It can't pray for you. It can't share a meal with you. It's so important for us to have people in our life that can just sit with us in life circumstances. That real life human connection. Somebody who can just hug, and if you're not a hugger, someone who can just sit quietly with you. That is so important when it comes to us and our development and our growth as human beings and our ability to experience life to the fullest and the way that God intended it. The second thing, and I feel like this is maybe something that is super important and we might not think about, is that AI cannot give accountability and love. Yes, it can come back and say the right things. Like, I have a running thread right now in my ChatGPT where it's called Workout Accountability Partner. And the fact is that it's not really an accountability partner. Actually, my husband is more my accountability partner because I'm telling him hey, I worked out today and this was my speed because I'm trying to get back into running. And I'm sorry, I have a sinus infection, so that's why I probably sound a little snuffy, but you know what? That's the way it goes. We roll with this. But anyway, so yeah, it can absolutely track my workouts for the day, and it's going to come back with that perfect great job, you're really moving in the right direction. But that's not real, right? It can feel good in a moment, to feel like we're getting validated, but it's not a real accountability partner. And I know that just like being where I can have a running thread of workouts and it says good job for working out, I know that in the same breath, if I told it I was too tired today to work out, it was trying to give an excuse, it would come back at me and be like, oh yeah, you need to, yeah, don't work out, trust that feeling, you're doing good, it's okay, progress over perfection, or whatever the AI thing would say. It would literally encourage me not to work out, even though what I actually need is a kick in the behind to get my butt out there and put my running shoes on and to work out. So AI is not a real accountability partner because it will tell you exactly what it thinks you want to hear. And I put thinks in like quotes in my mind because it's a language model. So you're putting in something, it naturally is more positive and it puts out positivity. So it's going to either encourage you to get up and work out, or it's going to encourage you to just sit and eat potato chips. And either way, it's going to do that. So it's not a real accountability partner because it does not know what is best for you. Like someone in your life who actually loves you or has a relationship with you, or even like someone, if you are a part of like an online community with business or something, and you're looking for a business accountability partner, that person can spur you on and say, hey, I know you're tired today and you're feeling like you have imposter syndrome, but go ahead and post it anyway. Versus AI would actually say, oh, it's okay, just skip today. You're doing good. You've got this. And that's not real accountability. That's not real accountability in love, So that's probably one of the hugest ways for me that I feel like AI is such a butt kisser. I don't really know how else to say it. Like it is. And so it's not real accountability because it's going to encourage you to do the right thing, and it's also going to encourage you to do the wrong thing if it thinks you want to do the wrong thing. So, yeah. The next thing is that, and I feel like this kind of plays into the other two, but AI cannot read between the lines. So you can do this whole long vent, right, to have a quote unquote therapy session, but AI can't read your emotions. So you're going to be using words, right? But we all know that what makes a word is the voice behind. Because it can't read sarcasm, it can't read absolute joy, it can't read anger. It's just reading words in general. Now, yes, there are adjectives and other, I don't know, I'm not great at grammar, but there's other things that that can be in a sentence to make it be, because of course if you state I am super angry about this, well then okay, it's going to be like, oh yeah, okay, anger, right? But what if you were just like, I can't believe this about her? But you could say this in a couple different ways, right? You could say, I can't believe this about her. Like, that's amazing, right? Or you can be like, I cannot believe this about her. So, and that was just a random example. But you see, like, AI is not going to read those emotions like a real person will. Like, you can't treat AI like a friend that you're going to sit across a table with a cup of coffee and pour your heart out to them. You can't treat it like that because it will not read those emotions. It will not read how you're truly feeling. Therefore, it cannot accurately read between the lines on things. And I'm sure if you've used it a lot, you will see how it will get things wrong. And just like with the accountability piece, it's not going to know if you're frustrated with yourself or if like you legit can't actually do that kind of thing today or whatever. So I just want us to be really careful and remember those three things: that it can't provide presence, it will never replace a real person in your life, It cannot give accountability. It's going to encourage you to do wrong just as easy as it's going to encourage you to do right. And it absolutely can't read between the lines. It cannot read your emotions. It does not know how you're actually feeling about something. But good news is there is a couple things that it can do, right? So it can actually be a good tool for us. One thing, it can help us process thoughts before we reach out to someone. Like, for instance, someone says like, hey, I was thinking and I think you should go in this direction. And so you might be like, oh, I had never really thought about that, but I'm already going in this direction. And so you might do like just a full out brain dump of just like, here are these two directions. Here are my values and my goals. This is what I'm thinking. I'm leaning towards this. And you just do like this full out brain dump, not to get the answer necessarily, but honestly, just to have it to where you can work through this. Of course, like if we're talking about what I've said above, it's ideal to have a real person to work this through, but sometimes we don't have the time or that person available at the point when we're needing to actually make a decision. So AI can be something to where we can brain dump it, basically have it reiterate it back to us, and then be able to get enough of our brain cleared to be like, oh, wait, that is not the direction I would want to go at all. Like, that was sweet of them to suggest that, but no, that's not what aligns with what I'm wanting to do. So you could do that. Also, it honestly has, which kind of goes with the last thing, is that it does organize your brain so that you can show up better for your real life people. I know that especially depending on my cycle phase, my brain can be completely full. I can just feel completely overwhelmed, and then just being able to have this program, this tool that I can dump all these thoughts in, dump even some of the frustrations. Now again, I'm not saying that you're using this as your end all be all, that you're using it as the complete therapist. I'm just saying that this can be a good way to pour it all out and then say, tell me what's actually the most important things for me to get done today. And if it's trained and it knows your values and your goals, it can probably accurately tell you that. Now, it's not going to be able to read the emotions and know whether or not, like, the one thing it might suggest, you're like, oh, I'm like way too overwhelmed for that right now. I can push that later. You still have to make decisions for yourself. It's not going to be an end all be all, but it can clear out some brain space, help with the overwhelm so that you can actually show up better for your people. Because I think about this with my kids, and especially during like my ending of my cycle where my brain is on overdrive and I'm overwhelmed by all the things and I'm trying to just get caught up because I feel out of control and it's just like the hormones going on. I find that if I just brain dump and then clear my mind and I'm like, okay, this is what I actually need to do, then I can get that done and I can show up better for my kids. So I hope that you understand what I'm saying when the difference of that is that we can't use it as a replacement, but we can use it as a tool. And then my favorite way to use AI is literally like that, a tool. Like, let it take your templates, let it take your systems, let it do things that you would love to hire out. Let it do that so that you actually have more time and energy to invest in your real life relationships. So when I get done with this podcast, I'm going to take the transcript, I'm going to put it into my assistant, ChatGPT. I have like an entire document that's uploaded into my projects that tells it exactly what I want it to do with the transcript, how I want it to do it, etc., etc. I want to spend some time with my kids today. I don't want to spend the entire morning getting this podcast episode up. So being able to use it as a tool where I put the transcript in and then it spits out the title, the show description, even it gives me an outline for my newsletter. It goes ahead and gives me some ideas for social media. All that stuff would take so much time and energy that I am incredibly grateful to AI for doing those kind of things for me. Even just like needing, I mean, seriously, there's so many ways that it is an amazing tool, and that's really what I encourage you to use it for the most, is as that tool. And then when you use it as a tool, you can come back and you can invest in the people you love. You can cultivate the relationships. And if right now you find yourself, you're lacking in the area where you haven't had time to find your people, then now you have time. And I hope that you'll go out and you'll find your people. And if you don't have people around you who you trust, join a community of like-minded people who are working on the same thing. Connect, make real life friends, and who knows, you might have somebody who actually doesn't even live that far away from you that's in this community that you can connect with. You might have somebody, I have a friend, and we have been connecting since, I think, 2018. Never met in person, but every week we do a Facebook Messenger video call. And we literally, it started out as like business accountability, but now we just talk about everything, like our life, pain points, our relationships, all of this stuff. And I've been connecting with Anne basically weekly. Every once in a while our schedules will be crazy and we can't make it, but basically weekly since 2018. And she is a really good friend, and I can't wait. Someday I'm gonna travel out to Colorado and I'm gonna meet her face to face. But I'm just saying that if you can't find those real life connections in your immediate circle, in your immediate community, go seek them out. And remember that the amount of effort that you put into something is the amount that's going to come back to you. So if you want to have community, you need to have community. But if you're looking to have that community, then you have to go seek out that community. You have to connect with people. You have to be the first one to say hi. And I have learned this the hard way, but it is so true. And if I take that first step and I say hi and I connect, then they're going to come back and be like, oh my goodness, hi. And you're going to be chatting with somebody that you met in 2018 and you're going to have the best friendships. I hope this was encouraging and just kind of a reminder, you know, that I love AI. I think it's an amazing tool. Obviously, I preach it, but I also want to be the person that talks about the negative side of it too, so that we are well informed and well rounded in our use of AI. And speaking of community, if you are on the lookout for community, even if you have a real life community, but you're just wanting to connect with other women and moms who are growing businesses and are in the thick of it, and where you have accountability, where you have coaching, where you have your questions answered, where you're able to grow and connect with other people who are in your same place, a little ahead of you, a little behind you, then I would love for you to become a founding member of the Business Memos membership that I am launching. I think this is, seriously, I am so excited about this group. I wish I had this group when I was just in the thick of trying to build my business. It's going to be so amazing. There's going to be like weekly business tips. I'm going to be dropping resources in the group of just like stuff I've created, whether it's like just as simple as a Canva design or whether it's like an actual class that I'll be teaching. We'll have monthly coaching calls, so I will either gather up your questions or we'll just do it in real time, and we'll have hot seats and coaching, and you'll either get to be personally coached by me or you can just be an observer and watch someone else get coached, so that because I know that some of my biggest breakthroughs have actually been watching other people get coached. I'll also have special guests come in that will give us like their knowledge and insight, and open business hours, which means that you can ask any questions and I will respond back within the business hours. I am so excited about this. Truly, I have such a vision for this group, and I would love for you to hop on in and be part of the founding of this group. It is only $27 a month for founding members, and you're locked in forever, which is one heck of a deal. So I would love, the link will be in the show description, and come join me. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so until next time, whether I see you here or in the membership, go make AI work for you. That's it for today's episode. I hope you learned something new or had a breakthrough. If you loved this episode, take a second to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It lets me know you're enjoying this content and helps more moms find it. And if you know another mama who's struggling with overwhelm and burnout, share this with her. Let's spread the word that AI isn't just for corporate executives or tech nerds, it's for moms like us. Until next time, go make AI work for you.